What an amazing day you've had. And how did you feel it went today in the kitchen?
I thought we worked really well together. We've tasted everything from the dessert right down to the scallops, and we were happy with the taste of everything.
Now, if you don't win today, then you'll be facing the pressure test, both of you. Justine, you've never been in a pressure test.
I know. I don't want to go to one. I don't think we deserve to go to one.
Let's hope you don't. Now, you're going to bring the first dish over for us to taste. So the dish is a razor scallop.
With a celery stir-fry.
It's a lovely looking dish, isn't it? It's very colourful. Nice little plump fried scallops, little battens of celery and chilli. Looks appetising. What I'm tasting is nice amount of chilli, good amount of ginger, the spring onion, and then the scallops. It's a lovely looking dish, but the scallops are really tight, really overcooked, to be honest. Lets the whole dish down.
But the scallops, I'd suck on them and then I'd spit them out. These are way overcooked. It's a shame.
The judges don't like the scallops. They like the dish, but not the scallops, which are the dish.
Time for the pig to be judged. It is the dish that I'm most worried about because it is the star of the menu, and that needs to be perfect.
Wow. It's generous, it's glossy, it's nice and golden. It's a celebration, isn't it?
The pork underneath is really succulent, really tender, really tasty, but there's a lot of fat. And that's unusual because of the way it's cooked in the oven. It should normally render away, so I'm not sure what you've done there.
When you took it out of the oven, did you leave it covered or anything?
I did leave it covered, I just wanted to keep it warm.
Yeah.
I want rid of the steam. You know, steam is the enemy of crackle.
Yeah.
Good suckling pig should have skin that actually cracks when you get it. This skin is quite leathery, and this bit here especially, it's quite hard to eat.
Really disappointed. This is a massive blow for me because I was responsible for the pig, and I actually thought the pig was right, and it wasn't.
They're not very happy with the pig. It's 2 down. Everything hinges on the dessert. Bloody better like the dessert because it's really nice.
I love a good Chinese apple dessert, and that looks fantastic. Yet again, your presentation is first class. It looks like a pile of doubloons that I want to just dive my hand into and take a handful.
You know I'm going to.
Don't do it, piggy.
I'm going to do it.
That's everything I expected it to taste like. This crunchy caramel, lovely toasty, nutty sesame seeds, nice soft apple, and then this beautiful sort of crisp batter as well. So that's really nice. I think you better leave the plate.
They do like the dessert. They all smile, and they all eat more than they have to.
Julie, Justine, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
After Red Team, Sam and I will trolley in. Sam and I know that our food tastes good. We're concerned about the presentation.
How did you get on in the kitchen?
I'm quite happy with the flavours that we actually got out of the pork and the scallops.
So confident?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Relatively.
Yeah.
OK, we'd like to taste your first dish of scallops. it's a nice dish. There's a good balance of flavours. I sort of feel that it could do with something else that'd punch it up, but the delicacy of it is appealing, and I like it. It's a nice little dish.
I don't like the way you cut the celery at all. I think that's a Western way of cutting celery, and I think it's inappropriate in this dish. The scallops are okay, but they should probably be softer. I think it lacks also a bit of punch and flavour as well.
Second came the pig.
Where's the pig?
I sort of did it a little bit more delicately like that.
Honestly, presentation-wise, it doesn't look generous compared to the red teams.
Yep.
Theirs look generous,
Yep.
flamboyant, and you know, like wow. Hallelujah. It's crispy, it's the way it should be. You've done a really good job.
That is absolutely impeccable suckling pig. And Andre, you have probably delivered at last the dish that you should be proud to put into your scrapbook of great MasterChef moments.
On a personal level, having some good praise at this point of the competition is encouraging. So I'm glad that I've hushed the critic for the moment.
The final dish, the dessert.
Sam and I knew that our dessert wasn't a strong dish.
Guys, you should be embarrassed to put that on the table. That is terrible.
The caramel that you've made is spot on. It's nice, it's crunchy, but you've not managed to encase the apple in that lovely, crisp, crunchy caramel. So it's gone soggy. It's not a successful dessert.
Okay. If that dessert is the reason that we end up in the pressure test, I will feel like that I'm responsible for us being there.
We understand that the challenge we set you today was by far the hardest we've given you so far. This idea of not only sending you out there to hunt, to gather, to forage for your ingredients in a foreign country where you don't speak the language, and then come back here and cook for us is a crazy challenge.
Julie, Justine, and the scallops, they were a little bouncy, but the celery was crunchy and crisp. The suckling pig was bronze and reddish brown. It was delicious, but unfortunately there was a lot of fat underneath the skin. But the toffee apples were absolutely fantastic. They were a winner. Well done.
Thank you.
Andre and Sam, the first course, the celery, the scallops, lots of textures, but subtlety in the flavors. Suckling pig is a hard dish to pull off in the time you had, and you did it beautifully. But the toffee apples, a little bit more thought and a little bit more understanding the technique of what you're doing to deliver the 3 levels of texture that you need from this dish.
Sure. The main dish, which was the pig, was a success. But I am fearful that they've beaten us on the entree and dessert.
But we have the unpleasant decision to make of which team to send through to tomorrow's pressure test. One of you will be going home. On a slightly more joyous note, the winning team will get to spend the afternoon luxuriating in a spa here at the Langham Place Hotel.
We've had a long week in Hong Kong. We've gone through so much. It is really important to win this because we don't want to have to go to the pressure test.
The pair that did the best today was Andre and Sam.
Finally, I've won something.
Well done.
Well done, guys.
only a couple of days ago I was at the highest of highs, and this just feels like the lowest of lows.
You didn't seem particularly overjoyed when you found out that you'd won. Why?
I think we've reached this stage of the competition where the two people that we're standing next to are going to end up, you know, facing the pressure test tomorrow. We just genuinely feel for them. We know how hard they've had to work today. And I know Andre and I wouldn't have wanted to end up in their position, so it's hard to show a great deal of joy when you know these two are going to face a really difficult challenge tomorrow.
Sam, Andre, that suckling pig was sensational. My only criticism is get some bloody finesse, for God's sakes. You look like bloody builders with those shorts on and socks pulled up. You need to put finesse not only the way you look, but on the plate as well, OK?
Yeah.
All right, understand that. So well done.
Thanks.
You may leave us now. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Justine, you're facing your first pressure test tomorrow. How do you feel about that?
You know, I'm thinking I'm standing here next to Jules. I love Julie to bits, and to know that tomorrow I have to go up against her to save my position in this competition is just horrible, you know, just, yeah, not happy about it.
Tell me what you're thinking, Julie.
It was only this week that I got to cook with Donovan Cook at the Jockey Club, and that was an absolute highlight of the whole competition for me, as this trip has been. And it's just a roller coaster ride.
But if you think about what you've learned from it, it's also amazing, isn't it?
I can run a lot further than I thought.
Well, there you go.
So tomorrow, what are you going to bring us? Justine?
You know, I'm just gonna, you know, try my hardest, and I know Asian cooking's not my strong point. You all know it's not my strong point, but I can only try my best.
Julie?
Same thing I do. Every time I cook, it's just my best. Because that's all I've got.
Hey, you two are amazing. You just need to come in tomorrow and cook. Cook, cook, cook.
Justine, Julie, tomorrow you'll face the pressure test. One of you will be going home. Tonight, get some rest, have a long bath, and try and find some of that dragon's breath put into your soul to cook with tomorrow. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.